Hello SRP,
You alright?
how are you?
Other than this accident I had the other day.
Yeah, what's happened to them? They're very crooked, but they also look very dirty.
That's why I put them on to show you how bad they had a road traffic accident.
Right, and those of course are your filtered driving glasses, aren't
To
they?
help with the night driving.
Have a look in the mirror and look at the state of them.
Oh yeah?
They're in a bit of a state.
Yeah.
So I think the first job I'm going to do is clean them. So, and is there anything that you wanted to look at while we were waiting?
I think some new,
Because this will take 2 or 3 minutes.
some new sunglasses or some tinted glasses, please.
So this is a sonic cleaner. Just put the lid on so that if the bubbles do rise on there, because it's got cleaning fluid and lukewarm water in this.
Brilliant, thank you.
Alright, so you're looking to get some new sunglasses. So what we want to do is look at what tints you're interested in, don't we? So I'm going to give you this card. And I want you to look through this. And there's your first lot. Now these are all browns, aren't they? And they're all different depths of tint.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So I don't want something as dark as that.
But remember, the lighter the tint, the less effective it is as a sunglass.
I think if I could use something, maybe something as an alternative for in the car.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted something that you're not wearing for driving, you can actually go for a darker tint.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So you've got grey as well.
You'll find there's several different colours. Some of them work better as a filter.
Not sure about grey.
What's that when you pinks?
So,
How they're graduated browns. So the likes of myself wearing a graduated tint, I wear varifocals, and if I was struggling wearing the glasses, having sunglasses, I'd put a graduated tint so it's dark in the distance part, and by the time I get to the reading it's gone light again.
yeah. I think maybe a standard brown or a grey. But not the darkest. Maybe the second one down or the 50% would be.
I think the 50% isn't that effective.
So you recommend?
Well, because you want them as a sunglass, I would recommend having the stage darker than the. So that would be a brown number 1, the 50%, and the one that I'm recommending is a brown number 2.
Okay.
That gives you the legal maximum when you're driving, but that tells you it's effective.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't
that's
want
fine.
to look at any other tints then.
Um,
I know you wouldn't really want pinks.
well, for the driving, is there another alternative to the yellow? That could be.
Well, at the moment, the tint you've got, you can only wear them when driving at daytime, but you can have a lighter yellow that would be good for driving at night.
The Saharas?
The Sahara would be effective, and the one for driving at night is your bottom one. How much % of light does that block out?
15% absorption.
So that would be ideal to use driving at night.
It's not as intense as the yellow, it's more
No.
subtle.
Yeah,
Maybe a Sahara
for night
if you could
driving.
recommend it as an alternative to those.
Yes. These won't take long now. I turned them over because it's quite a big frame. This is only a small bath. So I've turned it over to clean the other half. I think this will do now. We'll just dry it all off for you. And then we'll have a look at adjusting it next. Gosh, even before I dry it off, that's a lot cleaner. You can see the dirt in the bath. So after you had the accident, was you injured at all?
A little bit of whiplash.
Right.
I think it's from the impact from the airbag.
Oh, so it was a decent
That damaged the
crash,
glasses.
yeah. It was a decent crash if it set off the airbags.
Yeah, I had to do a vision check on the spot for the police.
Right. And of course I know your VAs are good enough even without the glasses, so
Yeah. Oh yeah, that wasn't in question.
no. Right, they're nice and dry. Just put the lid on this so I don't splash it everywhere. We can see here, look, there's quite a lot of movement in that frame. What I'll do, I'm just going to warm it up across here. This is my little bead heater.
Got all the tools for the job, haven't you?
I've actually got some tools missing that I could do with. I should have where it's got just one side plastic and they seem to have gone walkies. They'll turn up soon enough. So if you're wondering how this heater works, it's full of little beads and it's got a heater. I've put it on maximum at the moment, but that's only because I put it on quite late.
I'm just wondering what temperature they actually reach.
Well, let's just say that it does get hot enough that the beads, if I left it in too long, the beads would stick into the plastic of the frame. Let's use it. If I use this, put a cloth there. I prefer to use the plastic pliers. Sometimes you have to use the metal. Right, now just move these out of the way. So I've got a flat surface. So now all I've got to do is just this now. Sometimes the best tools are your hands. I'll try them on now.
Feels better.
Have a look in the mirror.
Yeah, that's 100% better.
Yeah, nice and straight and nice and clean.
But I was sold these by the last opticians. I think that they're effective. I just don't like wearing something like this in the car. It just looks a bit...
But how many people actually look at you while you're driving? Hardly anybody will look at you properly when you're driving. So, in fact, when people come into the opticians, they say, oh, I'm not bothered about my frame. I only want it for driving.
Maybe I'm just being a bit vain then.
Whereas, if you had them for watching television, you know there's going to be a lot of people looking at you while you're watching TV. They'll talk to you, things like that. Especially if you like to go to the pub to watch the match. And I know you like to do that for Man United,
people on
don't
telly
you?
often talk to me through the telly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, often people look at you anyway on telly, don't they?
Yeah.
With your ASMR.
Yeah.
All right then. So, did you want to have a look at some of these frames?
Something like this.
Try it on and see. And just have a look in the mirror when you've tried it, when you've got it on, and see what you think.
Very light. Something we could pop a tint in there.
They would look good with a tint in, especially with that Sahara. But actually, I'm thinking, try this one. Very similar. This one's a dark tortoise shell. It's got a wrap-around side instead of a drop-in side. I know that's a bit crooked at the moment. I think I prefer the other one.
Yeah, same. Can I have a look at these that wrap around the ears?
Yeah.
Very light and precious.
Well, they are actually made, they are tortoise shell frames.
Too small, I think.
Definitely. It's pulling out as you're putting it on, and it doesn't give much eye coverage.
What about these with the brown tint? And then something else for Sahara?
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Do you wear reading glasses at all now?
No.
Not at all. So these have been no good to you. What you do with them is you glaze the bottom half and leave the top half blank, and you put in there your reading prescription. That way you'd have been able to look at the television and read using the same glasses.
That's clever. What about these?
They're very old lady, aren't they? They're the 1960s fashion. So very steampunk, aren't they?
So that's the one pair.
Yep. What about trying this pair with curl sights? See, those are a precious metal. You'll notice, even though it's a metal frame, it doesn't have any nose pads. It's all designed because of being precious metal. It's hypoallergenic. Obviously we can adjust sides to get them bigger if we need it to.
I think those maybe for out and about would be good.
Yeah, any activities where you have to run about a lot, they can't fall off.
Okay.
And there's another version. And again, this is a white precious metal. You notice how fine them sides are?
I need to go in your frame clean.
I know.
Just a bit too small for that.
They're not giving much eye coverage, are they? Certainly wouldn't be any good for a varifocal. And then, last but not least, you wouldn't use these, you'd probably use these, say, as operatic glasses or something. They've got clips here, and you just clip it onto your nose. Then you hang it off your ear when you're not wearing it. Hang it off your ear because that'll hold it upright. Doesn't fit you.
Not really made.
It doesn't fit. That's what you call the minimalist look. Those wouldn't be suitable because those are for close work or operatic glasses where you open it up and just hold it in front of your eyes. So I want to look at somebody on stage when I'm watching Shakespeare, and I can see them much clearer. Then it folds up nice and neat. I think that's
Those are the best ones, aren't they?
yeah. So we'll be able to sort these out. I'll make a note of it. Do you know what? I haven't got a pen and paper here, but I'll keep that out. I'll put everything else away, leave them out. I've already got all your measurements, so I can get these made up for you.
Okay.
They'll be ready in about a week.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you.